Hi there, this is Daniel Shorten, and I'm a developer with the OpenHMIS project. And this video is to demonstrate the Cashier module that we've been working on for the past few months, and some of the related technology that supports it. One of the most important requirements for this module was that it be quick, because we knew that the cashier's office tends to be a pretty busy place, and that our software would have to keep up with the cashier if it was going to be useful. So we chose to use a lot of JavaScript for most of the screens, and then interact through the REST web services module to get things in and out. So we developed some generic capabilities in terms of dealing with objects in the system. So I'll start by showing you some of the administration screens for items and other things to do with the Cashier module. Like I said, we came up with a generic add edit screen that is mostly the same and just requires a schema for the object that you want to view or edit. So for instance, here's the manage item screen, and you'll see that we have a item specific search here up top, but the list is just generated based on the model schema, and you know, we've determined which columns to show here. So you can you can change the page size here to bring down as many listings, objects at a time that you want to see, and of course you can change pages here. For the items, you can filter by department. So we have a lot of stuff in the pharmacy. You can search by name. Of course, if you want to find an item that way, or if you know the code of the item, I think this is a code, you can look it up that way. So just to compare, I'll show you the screen for editing payment modes, and these are the ways that people at this installation can pay, by cash or M-Pesa or company. So this is done the same way, just by providing a different object schema to show this list. And so here's, if you click on it, then you get this generic edit screen that's lets you edit the object based on its attributes. And this one has this payment mode has a special extra attribute here, account number, for the M-Pesa account. And here's the company payment mode, which has a few other attribute types. Another thing I can show you in the background here is our receipt number generator. So the module supports any kind of receipt number generator. We have built sort of a stock one that we think covers a lot of bases, a sequential receipt number generator. And these are the types of things that you can configure. It allows you to add elements for the cashier, the date, if you want to add an element to show you which cash point this receipt was generated at, you can add all of those different elements to the receipt number. So we think this is a pretty flexible one to start with. But the nice thing about how we built this is that if you need your specific site-specific receipt number generator and it can't do what this one does, or if this one can't do what you need, all you have to do is implement an interface, and your receipt number generator will show up in this list. So in that way, I think we've made this module easy to customize for different sites with different needs. So let's look at the bill screen. This is the screen that a cashier will see when they go to create a new bill. So you start by selecting the patient, who is normally identified by probably an ID number on a card, but of course you can search by name as well. So you choose the patient, and then you have sort of an empty line here for you to enter in whatever item you want to bill for. So let's add some tablets here. So the interface is designed to work quickly from the keyboard. You don't have to click on much. Let's add a consultation fee and a file retrieval fee. So it goes pretty quickly. Now, if you need to do something like change the price, you may have to click. You'll notice here that these prices have drop downs, and some items may be able to be charged at different prices depending on the clinic that the patient's in or the type of patient they are. So those prices can be added in the item management screen, and then the default one shows up first here, but you can select any of the other prices if you need to as a cashier. So once you've entered in all of the items that you need, you go to the payment section. So let's say, for example, that this patient had 100 Kenyan shillings to pay in cash. So we can enter that in and process a payment. And as soon as you process a payment, the bill is posted, meaning that it can no longer be edited without doing a bill adjustment. So now that this bill is posted, you see we can't edit it, and it shows that I've paid, or the patient has paid 100, and there's still 130 outstanding. So you can continue to process payments, of course, until the bill is paid. So let's process another payment with M-Pesa for the balance there. So now this bill has been paid in full. So you can see the items and the payments, and it's paid. Now, let's say, for instance, that the patient, for some reason, realizes that they don't need as many tablets of this drug, and they need to come back to the cashier and get a refund. So this bill needs to be adjusted. The cashier would adjust the bill. And so when you adjust the bill, you begin to create a copy, basically a new bill. So you see the previous bill here and all the line items and the previous payments. And then you have space here to add adjustment lines. So in this case, let's say we charge too many items here. So we want to refund 5. So we enter that here. And then that's all we do. That's all we have to do. So we post the bill. And now the bill is adjusted with these negative amount here. And you can see that now the patient is owed some change. You can also print a receipt. And this is done through a Jasper report that we've created in this case. And it just automatically prints. And so this will show you the items and the payments and the cashier. And this one is for printing out on a thermal printer. So sorry, to mention about the bill adjustment. So once you've done an adjustment, the idea behind that is that you have an accountability trail. So now I can see that this bill here with the refunded items was an adjustment of this bill here, the original bill that was given to the patient. So in that way, it's not, you can't just go editing bills. A cashier can't do that without leaving a trail. And in the future, we may add some features to have this action only available if you have special credentials, or maybe we'll add a supervisor override or something like that, so that just a regular cashier can't adjust bills. Okay, so if you want to go see bills, previous bills for a patient, you just go to that patient's dashboard. To the Bill History tab. And you can see a list of all the previous bills and the status. So that recent one is paid, but we can see that there have been some adjusted ones and some still pending or outstanding bills. So that's the bill history. A few other notable features in this module are that we support cashiers clocking in. So you can see that right now I am clocked in as a cashier. And for that reason, when I go to the bill page, it shows that I'm at the main cash desk because that's where I clocked in. And so there's a bit of auditing that way to see when cashiers were working and what cash point they were working at. So that's generally the module that we've created. In the future, we have plans to add more advanced payment abilities. For example, if a patient has insurance, some kind of insurance scheme where the insurance company asks them to pay a flat fee or a percentage of the bill, different ways like that. We'd like to support that. We'd like to support taxes. We plan to very soon split out the item management part of this module and put that in its own inventory module. And then if we could make this module a little bit more intelligent in terms of adding the ability to charge for events that occur in the system, like lab orders or pharmacy orders, so that when those things happen and there's a cost associated with it, a bill can be created in the cashier module and that save the cashier from entering in things that the system already knows about. So if you have any questions about the module, you can feel free to get in touch with us. Our website is openhmisafrica.org. Our code is on GitHub, so you can check it out if you're interested in seeing how it's all done. Yeah, so thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll have another demo soon. All right.